As you speak about that as well, Nitin, obviously the next aspect of this would be which end-use industries are showing the most demand. In fact, for recycled rare earth elements, are you seeing strong pull from EV makers, consumer electronics, or any other sort of players that you could put into perspective for us?
Sure. So essentially, if you look at from a broad industry perspective, Nindana, rare earth metals today are used across the energy industry. So wherever you have, let's say, solar panels or any other energy sort of storage requirements, you have rare earths. It's used in the defense industry. It's used in the mobility industry, EVs and non-EVs as well. And it's used in the consumer electronics industry as well, right? So ranging from, let's say, a speaker in your smartphone all the way to the latest high-tech defense equipment, rare earths are used everywhere. So from that end-use industry angle, Attero's positioning is sort of perfectly timed, and we cater to all of these industries today in Nivedana.
Nitin, like we were talking about, the chatter as well around rare earth in China, and how do you think that has, how rather you're looking at it, because how has China's recent decision to restrict exports of rare earth elements really impacted your strategy? There's also a follow-up question, considering will it cause a lasting shift in global rare earth supply chains? Can India really emerge as a credible, sustainable alternative? So in a whole, how do you look at that?
So see, our decision to go into the rare earth extraction business is not taken today. It's not taken last week. It's taken 2 years before, right? So the current sort of policy announcement by China of banning exports of rare earth magnets has no bearing on Attero's decision to go ahead and enter the business of recycling rare earth magnets and extracting rare earth from that. That is independent, based on market size, based on Attero's technological advantage, and based on competitive advantage that we have, both in collections as well as processing, right? Having said that, Nivedana, obviously, China has basically disrupted global supply chains in the rare earth field by saying that it will ban exports of rare earth magnets, which has a cascading effect on the entire supply chain. And that will basically propel a lot more investments and interest in this area as well. Both public sector investments, like the government of India is also considering a significant sort of incentive mechanism for incentivizing the rare earth industry in India to ensure that India becomes self-reliant on the rare earth material supply chain and is not dependent on China, right? So from that perspective, we will definitely benefit from, as the industry will benefit from current geopolitical shifts that China has announced, right? The second part of your question in terms of where India is today and can recycling really help, in our opinion, Nivedana, recycling can meet 70% of India's domestic demand for rare earth metals very soon, in the next 2-3 years. And then going forward, we can also make sure that the industry sort of is supplying these rare earth materials outside India as well. So not only we become self-reliant on domestic capacity, but we are also becoming global leaders in the rare earth material supply chain globally. Add to that India today has significant rare earth reserves from a mining perspective as well. And mining takes 10 years for a mine to sort of from the time it's prospected to the time it's ready for production. But once that happens, combined with the recycling, we can become a global player and a player beating China and sort of challenging China's hegemony in the rare earth material supply chain, Nivedana.